Hello, everyone. This is Caitlin.
And this is Lacey.
And this is Women in the Trailer Industry. Today, we're going to talk about pregnancy and leadership and what that's looked like for us and what that journey has looked like throughout the years. I was looking at, I guess, new hire dates the other day, and I didn't realize that Lacey has been in this in the longest haul with me. So that's fun. And it's kind of strange because, you know, you started out just working from home, so I don't feel like it's like been all in with me, and then you transformed into a full-time worker and now VP of sales and revenue. So I would say a successful journey thus far.
Absolutely.
Has it been a whirlwind?
It's been a crazy whirlwind, but I feel like I'm just really blessed to be able to take it in the steps that, so when I first started, it was like I had a little kid at home. I was trying to like maneuver being a new mom and having a career again. And I was just blessed to find TK because y'all allowed me to work from home and have that like transition as I could into like a, more full-time position. So it was really awesome.
I don't even remember when you I guess you started a few days a week in the office and then it became full-time.
And the few days that I came in, like every time I would come in, like you guys would be moved around because we were like, not at first, but when we started like remodeled, and it was like move into like whenever I would come in, I'd be in the office with you and Trevor, and then whenever then we moved out of there. And
you just now officially have your own office.
Well, and
as of last year,
well, and really like just a last full year of being here full time. So for
sure.
Yeah.
So like I said, this episode is called Pregnancy and Leadership, and Lacey, you announced that you're pregnant again. So what does that look like? What's your story there?
So we first of all, I'll just lead with we try to keep it real with you guys, and so I want to be like as transparent as possible. So I'm just gonna be talking about some, I don't know, maybe some touchy subjects, but I feel like it's important for women to be able to talk about this stuff and to be able to kind of navigate and lean on each other to be able to get through it. And how do you still be successful in that? So anyways, yes, I am due in November. We're having a little boy. So our whole reason for trying again is to have a little boy, and we're going to get that. So we're really excited about that. But my story really, I have two little girls. One's 4, one's 2. And so when we tried again, it was last year. Around March, I had a miscarriage. And so that was really tough on us. And as it is with anybody, it's tough on people whenever that happens. And so we kind of just like laid off for a while. And we thought about it, prayed about it, and we decided we did want to try again. So we did. And was successful, so God is good. But so we found out in March that I was pregnant. But at the same time, right before we found out I was pregnant, I interviewed for a promotion, which was VP of Sales and Revenue. And I got like basically like got the job or the approval for the job. And then a few days later, I did a blood test and found out I was pregnant. So I was like, hey, Caitlin, I need to have a conversation with you and Juan in leadership group because I have to let you know something. So they're like, what the hell is she talking about? Like, what is she going to come here and say? So when they got here, I was like,
so sudden too. I'm like, I don't know what just happened.
I know. It was like, y'all were like, you got the job. I'm like, great. 2 days later, I need to talk to you guys.
Like, she got it and she's quitting. Okay.
Like, is that not what she wanted? So anyways, I just felt like it was, I know you don't have to tell your employer because they technically aren't supposed to fire you for those things, but I feel like we're really open with each other here. And so I wanted to make sure you guys knew what I was going to be dealing with in the coming months, not just a transition to a new job, but what comes with pregnancy in that first trimester too. So anyways.
And even, when she told me that, just, I guess from my own experience and just being in one of the leadership positions here, it's like, can you handle it?
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to handle the stress?
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Not for the person's sake, but for like knowing Lacey, like, do you want that?
Yeah.
And is that the track you want to go? Because it's not a subtle decision, but
No.
a big one, especially when you move into that leadership role.
And you know that there's going to be a lot more expected out of you. So that's like what sent me into this like whole whirlwind. So I told them at that point, I was like keeping a straight face, like, yeah, I still want this. I have what it takes. Like, yes, I still want to move forward with this. So
Secretly,
they were
she's
like,
dying inside.
yeah, no, seriously, no. And so that started this whole like week of just this internal war with myself, like where I would go home every night crying to Caleb, like, I wanted this, but now I'm pregnant and now I'm feeling like, you know, first trimester stuff.
Yeah.
Like you want to crawl in a hole. You don't feel good. You're nauseous. You're tired. You can't think straight. You don't want to talk to people. You definitely don't want to lead a team, like all these things. And so I would like go home and I was like, do I really want this? And I don't really know, but I did want it, but now I'm pregnant. So do I want it? And so you just be like, I'd be like freaking out. And he's like, Lacey, just calm down. And he was like, and he reminded me what I want to remind everybody else too, is don't think about your promotion or your job or how you're going to move up. Don't think about it. Either, you know, if you're taking a new job or if you're going to remain your same job, don't think about it with the feelings that you're physically feeling when you first find out you're pregnant. Because there's so many emotions. There's so many physical feelings that you feel that can sway your decision. So he was like, think about it like you were the Lacey pre-pregnancy. So did you want this pre-pregnancy? Did you work for this? Did you prepare for this? And all these check boxes that I had to remind myself, like, oh yeah, like in a few months, I won't feel so tired. I won't feel like I need to be by myself. I won't feel like all these things are coming down on me and I'm not going to be able to perform, because the biggest thing is that you want to do good at your job and you want to contribute what you should be contributing. And that was, at that point, was taking on more than what I had originally. So I just had to think about that. Like when I was thinking about, okay, yes, this is what I want. I need to not let my physical being right now make this decision for me, because in a few months I'm going to be pissed at myself if I was like, no,
to pass up that opportunity.
Yeah, I don't really want this, or it's not the right time for me, because it was the right time, you know. And if you truly are focused and you truly are ready for the position, no matter what comes at you, pending your own personal health, obviously, you can get through it, you know? And so, I mean, I know you went through this. Maybe you were pregnant and went through, like, I mean, you've always been kind of like the main leader of this company from the beginning. So, like, I know when you were pregnant, like, what were your feelings towards that?
Yeah, I mean, I remember specifically, and it's just kind of like you go down a spiral. I never had the physical aspect of it all, but it's like not only thinking about your present being, but like, okay, what's going to happen in 9 months?
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to lead a team? Am I going to be able to deal with all the things? You have 3 coming up. I couldn't even
I mean, 2
fathom
two is not a lot different.
Yeah, if someone told me today, I probably will show y'all being laid out on this table, like, as she said, crying.
Yes. Yeah.
And not that it's a bad thing, but it's like, you know, your plans you had set for yourself just kind of had a life alteration, just because, you know, you kind of have to be the keeper of all the things and the organizer of all the things and the daycare and the cost it's going to take. And so not only the physical aspect, but just the, I guess you would call it psychological aspect for me. Like, with my second, it was really like a mind boggling experience, because it all just blew my mind, because it just takes you off course. And then finally, after several months, you get it back together. But it's like, what could happen in those months? You know, for your job, you want to perform well. And, you know, is your job going to keep with you while you're trying to figure out all those emotions and all those things going on in your head? So we're in a fortunate place to be that they have. But it is hard. And, you know, we've even had other employees who couldn't get it together in the time frame that they needed. And so, you know, it comes back to, you know, you just can't let those opportunities pass.
Yeah.
And you have to take advantage of them.
Yeah. So. And I think too, like, don't let the what ifs and the fear you can't grow from that, regardless if it's a pregnancy. What if it's something with your family? Whatever that is, you can't let that creep in. What if it's even your own personal doubt on your own ability? You can't let that hinder what you're going after and your main goal and your purpose. And I mean, people say this all the time. You can read it in books. Like, you don't grow unless you get a little bit out of your comfort zone, unless you get out of that bubble that you live in to grow and to learn and to know how to navigate new things that you get into. And so, I mean, I think just for me, it was just having to refocus, like, what do I truly want, regardless of how I feel right now? What do I truly want? Do I think I can perform well and navigate being a mom of 3? Obviously, I have a wonderful husband and father, so I have help. Some people don't. I mean, so it's a lot to think about, but
yeah, I couldn't imagine being someone who didn't have that help.
No, I don't even know. And then they don't even have a choice because you have to make a living. I mean, so kudos to all you single parents out there, but it's a lot to think about. And the honest truth is that if you want it, go for it. But if you don't, that's okay too. Like, you can take that step back. You can choose to do that. If it's that you choose at that point that you want to be a stay-at-home mom, if you can work that out with your family, or if it's that you just want to remain with less responsibilities to be able to navigate that moment in your life, and then from that point grow. So it's all on what you really decide on. Really, what you asked me, like, is this going to be something you can handle? Is this something that you, not even that you want as much as can you handle it? And so I think you have to really ask yourself that, like, and for me, it was an easy answer because I had already transitioned through the point of, just like you did, of like figuring out that first kid and work and navigating that. And then so I'd already like transitioned for my second kid, getting them in childcare and being able to be more like during business hours separated from them. And so that transition was already done for me. So it was an easy answer for me. Like, yes, this is what I want to do. And I feel fulfilled whenever I can come contribute and be successful in my own career. Some people feel just as fulfilled by staying at home and raising their children. That's beautiful too. It's all beautiful, but it's just whatever you personally want and your heart desires.
Yeah. And I was going to say that makes a good point. You know, you even someone with a job, even I before in the whole motherhood journey is like, you know, is this what I'm working for? It's long nights and not really seeing the kids before their hour before bedtime, you know, what I want. And it's like going back to what's the life you're creating. I mean, there's a lot of jobs in the world.
Yeah.
If that's not the setup you want, then, you know, find another job, or like Lacey said, you can just work from home, and that's your version of success. And I think they're all good, and they're all beneficial to you and what you want.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah. So I just to sum up I know I kind of rambled, but just to sum it up, like, know your main goal. And if you decide that goal has changed, that's okay. If you decide that it's not, then don't let your current feelings hinder still going after that, because after those first 4 months, you're right as rain for a while. And then at that point, you could think clear enough to think like, okay, I can handle this. Like, I'm not dying. Like, cause that for me, I'm just trying to make it through the day that first trimester. Like, and it's just all I have. But, you know,
that, and I mean, find a mentor, find someone maybe who's done it as we described it in previous episode. And just try to get some advice, and maybe that'll help you make a decision, and maybe it won't. But growth, like Lacey said, is action every day. So that will help get you where you want to go.
For sure. Yeah. That was really all I had. But thank you guys for hanging in there with me. And if you can relate, or if you're going through it, leave us a comment on our channel,
Definitely
podcast or YouTube.
Yeah.
And we can talk about it. We can be there for you, any way we can. So we talk about it. We're transparent. We're going through it. So we're here with you. So that's
absolutely.
Well,
it's been fun, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment everywhere you watch your podcast, and we will see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.